Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Jamaica News in Review. DJ Rivers found dead on Boxing Day. Well-known selector DJ Rivers Finley died suddenly on Boxing Day. He was found unresponsive in his bed by relatives. Top flight DJ Bounty Killer reacted in shock upon hearing the news and posted a screenshot of a popular selector to his Instagram page, captioning the picture, "Kiss me tea, John no star, no man, this can't be real." Bounty Killer and Rivers worked together on his popular Sunday party series, Bounty Sunday Shift, held at O'Neill's Place. Popular Sing J, Delamar X or RDX fame also wrote, "Jaja no star, this hurt me to the core. SIP my bro, kiss me teeth." Longtime friend and selecting partner DJ Tom of the duo Tom and Rivers was almost inconsolable in his grief. "Me wait for the autopsy because we find him in him bed. It's like him sleep with or a poison him get poison because and them fingernail them black like a spade and him black and is a brown man," DJ Tom told reporters. DJ Tom and DJ Rivers have been a duo for a decade, so defined their reputations as one of the hottest new selecting acts in the dancehall industry. Or the best person in the world, them man no talk. Him and one of the realest person in the world. The man just easy. Him just do him work and come back in. A nice human being. One of the greatest human beings you'll ever meet. Him just always do the right thing, DJ Tom said. DJ Tom and Rivers are the organizers of the popular Lego the Streets Wednesdays, a weekly party that is held at 2714 Central Road in Ketnot, St. Andrew. Bob Marley's grandson, Joe Mercer, died at 31. Grandson of legendary reggae singer Bob Marley, Joseph Joe Mercer Marley, was found dead in the United States on Tuesday. Joe Mercer, the son of Stephen Marley, was reportedly found unresponsive in a motor vehicle. The 31-year-old was known for songs such as Burn It Down, Made It, and No Way Out. News of his death triggered an outpouring of tributes on social media. Opposition leader Mark Golding described Marley's death as tragic and remembered the singer as a talented young reggae artist. Golding said, "The loss of a child is a devastating blow and something no parent is prepared for. I send my condolences to Steve and the entire Marley family. May he rest in eternal peace." Disc jockey and producer Watty Farah said, "Joe Mercer's talent and intelligence was insane. Love you, King. So glad I got to work with you." Meanwhile, Leah Tavares Vinson, the sister of Marley's uncle Damon Marley, posted, "Rest easy, my darling nephew," with crying emojis. Policeman charged in relation to hijacking of delivery truck. 2 men, including a police officer, have been charged with a recent multi-million-dollar robbery of a delivery truck with cooking oil. 35-year-old Detective Corporal Maurice Whittingham and a construction worker Michael Daly, 34, have been charged with robbery, aggravation, and kidnapping. The men were charged after being interrogated on Friday. The 2 men were arrested for hijacking a separate truck transporting cooking oil in St. Catherine last Saturday. Separate said the cooking oil was being transported when the truck was hijacked. The stolen cooking oil has not been recovered. 6 persons injured in 2-vehicle crash in Montego Bay. 6 persons were rushed to Conner Regional Hospital on Saturday following a 2-vehicle collision in Rose Heights, Montego Bay. It's reported that a Toyota motor car slammed into a Toyota Vaxi operating as a taxi. 5 passengers in the Vaxi were injured, one of them in critical condition. Kill defending friend's honor. A relative of Geraldine Grant, the 26-year-old woman who was stabbed to death during an altercation with another woman in Spalding, Clarendon on Friday, says the public's view of her cousin's death is hurting the grieving family. Reports from the Spalding police are that at about 2:15 p.m., Grant, who was armed with a knife, pounced upon other woman as she was walking along the roadway. A tussle ensued and Grant was subsequently stabbed in the upper body. The police were alerted and upon arrival, Grant was transported to hospital where she was pronounced dead. Kenya Grant told reporters that the family's grief is compounded by the fact that Geraldine's daughter is celebrating her 7th birthday today. Kenya added that the celebratory mood in the family has also been dampened despite her getting married last night. According to Kenya, the dispute which claimed the life of her cousin stemmed from a love triangle. She said, however, the man at the center of the dispute is the boyfriend of Geraldine's friend. It's over a man, but it's not Geraldine's man. Jardine got pulled into it like a bait. She's my relative, but it's so dumb. It's one of the dumbest ways to die. This don't have nothing to do with her, and she lost her life because of this, said Kenya, adding that her cousin had followed bad company. It's not Jardine's battle. She's not fighting over a man for herself. Jardine Grant is friends with another female who is at the war with the suspect, which is an ongoing fight. She's a third party in the fight. On Thursday, the person who killed Jardine Grant beat up Jardine's friend, so what the friend did was bring Jardine in the next day, which was Friday. Jardine is wrong. She shouldn't have gone to the place, but she got pulled into the fight, Kenya reported. Kenya also challenged the police report that Jardine was armed with a knife. She alleged that Jardine's friend had called the suspect indicating that they were at her home for revenge. Jardine never had a knife. The suspect had a knife. The suspect allegedly purchased a knife because Jardine's friend called her and tell her that they were coming at her house. They actually waited at the suspect's home for her. So she, the suspect, left work early to go home, claimed Kenya. Kenya says despite the grief as the family grapples with the news of her cousin's tragic and untimely death, Jardine is also capable of blaming her demise. She's already dead, but I would give her 2 slaps. To be very honest, I don't even blame the suspect. She could have taken a different approach, but Jardine's friend pulled Jardine into it, and the friend aggravated the situation. I have to be fair. She pulled Jardine into her battle that she lost the day before, then run left Jardine, said Kenya, further claiming that her cousin was attacked by more than one woman. Kenya said Jardine had plans to bask in the usual Christmas Eve festivities, having already purchased outfits for herself and her daughter, and had done extra shopping for her daughter's birthday. Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Police increasing vigilance to counter robbery syndicates. With an increasing incidence of robberies during this season, the police say they are increasing their vigilance. Head of the Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, says intelligence supported by operation teams is being used to counter-taunt the plans of the thieves. SSP Lindsay says teams have been sent out to bolster the operation activities of divisional commanders. She's encouraging business and homeowners to remain vigilant and take all necessary steps to safeguard their lives and property. Police Commissioner warns against gun salute. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson is warning against gun salutes during the Christmas season. General Anderson says gun salutes are illegal and persons who engage in the practice can be charged under the new Firearm Act. You do not want to be using your gun, whether illegally or legal in any way, just no gun salutes. In the meantime, Commissioner Anderson says the police will be patrolling town centers to ensure persons are safe during the holiday period. We'll be out there to create a safe environment for people who are going about their entertainment. 14-year-old gives birth to Christmas twins, pledges to return to school. A 14-year-old who was the first to give birth on Christmas Day at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital Sunday has resolved to repay the faith and support of her parents as she charts an uncertain future. The young mother, who was showered with gifts after she bore twins, Kevani and Ravani, shortly after 2 o'clock Christmas morning, said her premature sons had been due to be born in March 2023. In an interview, the teenager admitted that her pregnancy was unexpected and initially unwelcomed. The minor, whose name will not be published, said she was frightened and almost lost her mind, but was determined not to have an abortion. The girl credited her family's support, especially from her mother, for keeping her grounded during pregnancy. From my mother if I know semi-pregnant, she always be around me. She no rough me, and she no do what she say she dey go do. She always dey around me, and she stay by my side, she said. Acknowledging that her pregnancy was also a source of disappointment for her parents, the teenager, the youngest of 3 siblings, said that she will now focus on becoming the best mother possible. She has also pledged to work to regain the trust of her parents. Me disappoint my mother and my daddy, but I'm going to make up back everything, and I promised her that, she said. Me I go back to school and do what I need to do and make mommy and daddy proud of me. The birth of Kivani and Ravani to a teenage mother comes weeks after vigorous public and parliamentary debate over Jamaica's age of consent, which stands at 16. There has been years-long discussion about the apparent incompatibility between the age of consent, which was increased from 14 in the 1980s, and the right to make decisions in the adulthood at age 18. Senator Damon Crawford recently called for the age of consent to be raised to 18 and for prosecution to be waived if the accused in consensual sexual relation is within a few years of the minor's age. The 14-year-old mom at Victoria Jubilee said that the father of her twins is a schoolboy. The Kingston resident, who appeared bashful when State Minister of Health Juliet Holnett-Flynn and other persons approached her bedside bearing gifts, said she dreamed of becoming a doctor one day. She also hopes that her sons will pursue academic goals. "Me want them to turn pilot, doctor, anything. Me don't want them if you're nothing and no bad manism. No do no crime. Just stay in a school and do them best," the 14-year-old said. Cuthbert Flynn said she was not made aware of Campbell's age until it was pointed out by reporters, but noted that the support was available through the Ministry of Health Teen Clinic. However, Chief Executive Officer of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, Rosalie Gage-Grage, said a bigger concern was the fact that at 14, the young mother was under the age of consent. While not taking away from the joy of giving birth, Gage-Grage said the hospital has a responsibility to report cases like these to the Center of the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse. It is unclear whether that information was related by the hospital to those state agencies. However, CPFSA's chief executive contends that support for the young mother is also critical in the process. "It's very important for parents to support their children, especially for a young girl like this," said Gage-Grage. "If she is in need for additional support, the social work unit at the hospital would contact us." 3 dead, several injured in Western accidents. 3 people were killed and several others left injured in 3 motor vehicle accidents in Western Jamaica since Christmas Eve. Those killed have been identified as 41-year-old Celia Jarrett of Friendship in Trelawney, 61-year-old Linton Watkin, a laborer of Hartford District in Westmoreland, and 52-year-old Barrington Francis, a farmer of Litchfield District in Trelawney. According to reports, about 11:40 p.m. on Sunday, Jarrett was among passengers traveling in a white Toyota Coaster bus along the Greenwood Main Road when the vehicle collided with a black Toyota Noah minivan, which was traveling in the opposite direction. More than 12 persons traveling in both vehicles sustained injuries and were taken to the Falmouth Hospital, where Jarrett was pronounced dead. Some of the other passengers were treated and discharged, while others were admitted in serious condition. Prior to Jarrett's being killed, Francis and Watkin lost their lives in 2 other road accidents that occurred on Christmas Eve in Westmoreland and Trelawney. Francis was reportedly hit by a motor vehicle while walking along a section of Lime Tree Road in Waiterby, Trelawney, about 7:40 p.m. on Saturday. He sustained head and body injuries and was taken to the Falmouth Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Watkins, a pillion crash while traveling on his motorcycle along a section of the Torrington Main Road in Savannah Lamar on Saturday. Police reports indicate that about 8:30 p.m., Watkins and another man were traveling on the motorcycle. While in the process of negotiating a corner along the Torrington Main Road, he reportedly lost control of the motorcycle and it crashed into a metal signpost. Both men were thrown from the motorcycle and sustained head and body injuries. They were taken to hospital, where Watkins was declared dead and the pillions admitted in serious but stable condition. As at December 23, 465 persons have died from 404 fatal collisions. A record 487 crash fatalities were registered in 2021. Negril man gunned down at home on Christmas Day. A man was shot dead inside his Red Ground Negril house on Christmas Day. The deceased has been identified as 34-year-old Floyd Walters, otherwise called Brugger. Reports from the police are that shortly after 7 p.m., Walters was alone inside his house while his wife and other family members were at a nearby shop when they heard several explosions sounding like gunshots coming from the home. When family members made checks, they found Walters lying on the ground in the yard. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Walters was seen lying on his back in a pool of blood, suffering from what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to his head. He was transported by the police to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. JDF intercepts vessel carrying 2,000 pounds of cocaine. The Jamaica Defense Force JDF, Maritime Air and Cyber Command, through synergetic coordination of its air and maritime assets, says it successfully intercepted a vessel carrying approximately 2,000 pounds of cocaine. In a release on Monday, the JDF also revealed that 3 Jamaicans who were aboard that go-fast boat were detained and are being processed. The interdiction occurred at approximately 4:15 a.m. on Monday, December 26 in Jamaica's territorial waters. According to the Army, the 19 large packages of cocaine, which reportedly came from South America, have an estimated street value of 1.1 billion Jamaican dollars. The JDF says, as the investigative process continues, all the relevant and appropriate authorities have been contacted regarding the bus. The Army also indicated that it continues to be vigilant in protecting Jamaica's blue economy through its collaborative operational capabilities, both in the air and maritime spaces, throughout the day and night. Jamaicans are being encouraged to contact the security forces using the JDF tip hotline at 876-837-8888 to provide assistance in ridding the country of criminal activities. Cops seeks man who threw away gun at Christmas party. Police are searching for a man who was spotted throwing away what turned out to be an illegal firearm at a complex of a popular guest house in Clarendon on Christmas Day. The firearm, a Taurus special revolver, was found in a bag that the man discarded when he was accosted by the police during a party at the facility. Up to publication time, the man had still not been found. It was reported that around 1:25 a.m., cops on mobile patrol went to the guest house complex while the party was in full swing when they spotted a man with a black knapsack. Upon seeing the police, the man began acting in a manner that aroused suspicion. The police shouted to the man, who dropped the bag and ran. The police retrieved the knapsack, searched it, and the illegal firearm, which contained 4 rounds of ammunition, was seen inside. It was seized and a search launched for the suspect. Farmers concerned over lack of animal feed. Concern is growing among poultry and livestock farmers across the island, who say they are running out of feed for their animals. This amid a major shortage of commodity across the country. On Friday, the Agriculture Ministry assured that the matter would have been resolved at the weekend, but farmers are still facing difficulties sourcing feed. One poultry farmer, Clifton Grant from Grange Hill, Westmoreland, has lamented the lack of information available to the concerned farmers. He said he and other farmers in his region have been using alternatives. Mr. Grant noted that farmers are concerned that they could lose their livestock if the issue is not addressed soon. He said the 2 main companies that supply the commodity have not been responding to queries.
Well, I am in Grange Hill, Westmoreland, and I have roughly about 2,500 birds. I'm a registered poultry farmer, and we have to be using layer feeds and pig mash that is available now to give to the broiler chickens. There is nothing in Savlamar, nothing in Westmoreland, nothing in Hanover. I drive all over looking for poultry feed to buy. That is broiler feed, to be specific. And there is nothing. Nothing is there. We're not getting any response from the companies, so we don't know what is happening. I asked the company, what is happening? And up to Monday last week, they sent out baby birds. And I said, what's the sense of you sending baby birds for people to buy? Did you advise the public that you're going to be short on feed? You should have sent out a public notice to everyone saying that there's going to be a feed shortage. But yet you send out baby chickens up to last week, Monday.
Meanwhile, livestock farmers are facing a similar situation procuring bag feed for their animals. St. Anne farmer Nistran said he too had to turn to alternatives to ensure that the small amount of feed he has for his goods does not run out.
I have to be using more leafy fodder versus using like just grass. I still have some bag feed left, so I'm hoping that they will get this sorted out before I actually run out. Because normally when I go out and I buy like 15 bags each time. So for me, luckily for me, I have a few bags. I'm just hoping for the best and hoping that the feed mills they get this rectified, because it's from both mills as far as I got to understand. Both Nutrimix and Hyper are having issues.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification